graphs, trees, blocks. How is Notion so flexible? Let's find out. Everything you see in Notion is just a Lego block. Text, to-do list, heading, even pages themselves are all blocks. So this begs the question, what are blocks? Blocks are dynamic units of information that can be transformed into other block types or moved freely within Notion. They are the Legos we use to build and model information. This flexibility is at the heart of Notion's mission. Now let's check out how does a block looks like in the UI. This is how a to-do will look like in the Notion UI, and this is how the data is modeled for the to-do list item. Each block is identified by a globally unique ID. Each block has a type. It determines what to render on the UI. Each block has a list of properties. They are data associated with the block. And finally, we have the parent, which is the ID of the block's parent. Parent block is only used for permissions. We will talk about this in a bit. Now let's add some more to-dos. And here you can see we have 3 nested to-dos under the main root to-do. And the first 2 nested to-dos are marked as done. And let's check out the data model. How does it change? If you notice carefully, we now have a content property on the data model. The flexibility of the block model allows block to be nested inside of other blocks, like to-dos inside another to-do, or infinitely nested sub-pages inside of pages. Isn't that cool? The first content ID refers to the first nested to-do, the second content ID refers to the second nested to-do, and the final content ID refers to the final nested to-do item. That means if you think about it, Notion renders the blocks in tree data structure like fashion. This is how the tree looks like, and this is called as the render tree. The IDs that you see in the root nodes are pointers to these nested blocks, but this is not the full picture. There's a bidirectional relationship between the children and the parent. This is due to protect your information so that only the right people can read or change your information. If we take an example and consider a page, to read its content, you must be able to read the blocks within that page. To achieve this and check the permissions for a block, we need to look up the tree by navigating through the nodes, ancestors, and all the way to the root of the tree, which is the workspace. That's the gist of it. To know more, check out the article written by the amazing Notion's engineering team on their blog. You can find the link below in the description. But how does Notion achieve its flexibility? Through block transformation. That means changing the type of a block doesn't change the block's properties or its content. It only changes the type attribute. The information is just rendered differently according to the type, or even ignored if the property isn't used by the block type. So here we have a checked to-do list item, and let's try converting this into a heading. And now this is converted into a heading. Now let's try changing it back to a to-do list item. So if you notice, when we convert this back from heading to a to-do list item, checked property stays as it is. Now let's see how this is shaping up in the render tree. So here we have the checked to-do list item and the data model corresponding to it. So what if I want to change this to-do list item into a heading? This is what it happens. The type of the block changes from to-do to header. Notice how the other properties of the block are unchanged. This is because when you convert the header back to the to-do list item, the item should retain the state of not checked. How amazing and powerful is that? This is just a small example, but this is how Notion is so flexible. This was just a short intro on how Notion has built such a powerful and flexible data model under the hood. If you want to learn more in depth, then you can check out the link of the Notion's blog in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something in the video. Keep an eye on the future video where I will be actually implementing this data model in Node.js. If you like the video, press that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.